Boogie, drop that beat.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Talking Out Loud with Miss Talkative. Everything I say is my own opinion, alleged, and strictly entertainment purposes. Remember, I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, let me know what you think. Y'all, Kimmy got a lot of nerve, and I mean a lot of nerve, trying to drag Melody at the reunion just to defend Mr. DUI. And like, she trying to basically say that Melody had a botched BBL or whatever. And I'm like, Kimmy, she really should have sat this one out. I understand that Maurice is her husband or whatever, but the fact that she had to resort to body shaming, she really should have sat it out, especially as much as Maurice has dogged her out and got her rolling over, suffering through relations and chemo all at the same time. But a person that uses a support dog instead of the support of their husband, Kimmy should never be coming for anybody. And Kimmy up there trying to deflect and take up for Maurice after he's the one that had her crying from making fun of her hair not being able to blow in the wind after he knew that she had to, he knew why she shaved it off because of her diagnosis. But yet Kimmy have the nerve to come for Melody. It's like, really? I mean, but I'm not surprised because Kimmy has always been this person, but now it's just coming to the forefront. But Kimmy, like I said, Kimmy really don't have no room to talk because it took for her mama, Kimmy's own mama, had to confront her about the way she was allowing Maurice to treat her last season. And it was like Maurice dogged Kimmy out to the point that they had to go see a therapist to help Maurice understand that Kimmy's feelings were hurt and what all actually Kimmy was going through. And I'm like, if he had, did he not go to any of the doctor's appointments to get everything explained to him, what she was going through? And Kimmy's a nurse. So you mean to tell me that he wasn't able to take Kimmy's word for how she was feeling and what she was going through? They had to go get a whole therapist. And the only reason why they got the therapist is because her mama called her out for the way he was dogging her out. Because Maurice, he still had Kimmy up there cooking and cleaning, raising his son while she was going through chemo. But then after it was all said and done, Maurice he refused to let her have a party. She had to have a get together. Kimmy was all excited about the ring the bell, but wasn't able to have a party. But I wonder, is the reason why Maurice, who loves to party, hangs out all types of the night, didn't want Kimmy to have a party? I wonder, was it because Maurice just didn't have the money to pay for a party? Because with Kimmy being out of work, and was Maurice actually going to work? So I wonder, was the him saying that Kimmy may be tired or the party might stress her out, was that a deflection or code for, I don't have the money to pay for a party right now? Because with the Scotts having a big family like they do, why is it that he still had Kimmy doing all these domestic these domestic duties around the house when they have such a big family. He couldn't, or if they supposed to have money, they're supposed to be millionaires, and Maurice bragging about him being this big time lawyer to have that handle cases all over the world. He couldn't even find it in his heart to have some common decency and hire somebody to help Kimmie or to help around the house until Kimmie was able to get her strength back. But I get, like I say, he didn't care. He didn't care because it wasn't him, and we knew he didn't care because like I said, he had Kimmie up there suffering through relations with him. What'd he say? It was very admirable for her to roll over and suffer through it because she was able to recognize that his needs were greater than her needs. But like I say, he didn't give a care about Kimmie being tired. I believe he just didn't want her to have that party because I don't think he could pay for it. Because we all seen Kimmie when Melody had her property preservation class on the show, and Kimmie showed up to that scene, and Melody introduced Kimmie to one of her business contacts because Kimmie was out there confiding in Melody about needing to go back to work. And in my opinion, yeah, because she had to hurry up and get back to work because Maurice probably wasn't going back to work. He didn't come and rescue her and say, okay, well, no, I don't want you to go back to work. He said, no, you can't have a party. You may be too tired. You may get stressed out. But he ain't say nothing about, oh, you can, I don't want you going back to work right away. I'll just get up and work some extra hours, do some more billable hours or whatever. No. Kimmie was over there getting Melody contacts so she could take her behind back to work. But yet Kimmie is up there now trying to come for Melody. But like I say, I'm not surprised because this is who Kimmie has always been. It's just other people is just now picking up on it because Kimmie has been able to be nice, nasty with her little slick talk or stuff like that, and people don't go in on her as much because she's well spoken. But Kimmie's always trying to be Maurice PR when we have yet to see him try to take up for her or show up for her at least once. But I just wish that Melody had a drug Kimmie at this reunion. I wish she would have just checked out on Kimmie when she said that mess about whatever she was talking about Melody basically had a botched butt lift or something like that. But regardless, whatever Kimmie had to say about Melody, I wish Melody had just blacked out and checked out on Kimmie because she needed. Because, seeing as though while Kimmie was up there tending to all her domestic duties because Maurice wouldn't get her no help, Melody was actually sending Kimmie care packages to, food and stuff like that. But now she got the audacity to flip out on Melody. I didn't hear about anybody else on that show other than Sunny checking on Kimmie when she was going through her illness. She didn't mention nothing about Stormy. She didn't mention anything about Destiny. She didn't mention anything about Tisha, Marceau, the whole Scott clan. All of these people that, like I say, the Scotts have a big family, but I didn't hear about any of them coming over there, washing the dishes, sweeping the floor, getting the child back and forth to school. None of that. Helping with homework. I didn't hear none of that. But what I did hear is Melody showing up for Kimmie. But now Kimmie wants to flip the script like she don't know Melody, and like Melody hasn't helped her out in some type of way. But she flipping out on Melody, but it's Kimmie's husband that the one that keep embarrassing her and making her look like she's the weak, desperate pick-me that she is. Melody didn't do that. I don't care. Melody, just because she repeats something that's already out there, don't shoot the messenger. That's your husband that's doing that mess. But Kimmie, she knows it, but she don't care. Maurice does it. Maurice, he don't give a rat's behind about Kimmie. When Kimmie's son was up there having a conversation with Marceau, talking about how he was not able to get in touch with his mom, and Maurice and Kimmie not answering the phone, and he was so concerned. In my opinion, I really believe that Maurice wasn't answering that phone because he wasn't home. He can't pick up when he's at his broad house. And Kimmie probably was either asleep or she was too she was too embarrassed to answer the phone to admit that Maurice was not at home. He was out satisfying himself instead of being home tending to Kimmie's needs. And I don't care what nobody say. Maurice wasn't picking up that phone because he wasn't there. He didn't care. But Maurice, like I said, he don't care about Kimmie. Because if he did, he would have went home instead of landing himself in jail. Because Maurice is used to doing his, doing whatever he want to do, staying out all night, his routine that he, probably practice every weekend, probably almost every night. And Kimmie, because she allows it, the night of the DUI or the morning of the DUI, whatever, that was just Maurice's daily routine. Because the people have been calling Maurice out about staying out all night and not coming home. They've been calling Maurice out about that forever. But Kimmie and Maurice, they just never thought that, the people would be able to prove it. And now, with that DUI catching up with Maurice, it's like what you do in the dark eventually comes to the light. And Kimmie admitted on that doggone podcast that yes, Maurice is out all night and she couldn't compete with it, and you can't beat it, you join it. So she just huff and puff and go home and go to bed and act like, and by the time she wake up, Maurice is home. Or he give her some cockamamie story about him being at Credit One, and she have to go up there and see if he sleep, take him a change of clothes or whatever. So because he been acting like he been at work so tired, knowing doggone well he ain't practicing no cases. So what he staying at Credit One all night for? And he ain't got no cases to practice. But I believe that's why they're really mad, because the DUI and the lipstick, it wasn't an isolated incident that they were able to control and sweep up under the rug and, control the narrative. And that's why they're mad. And they're mad because finally some of their real issues are actually outed to the public, and Kimmie wasn't able to stop it like she always do. Kimmie has always been the PR person for their household, because Kimmie and Maurice, they had no issue with Scott's 1.0 talking about Maurice's DUI and his arrest, but because Melody spoke on it, all of a sudden Maurice's character is being disparaged. It's like, please miss me with the double standards and the hypocrisy acting or whatever. Melody mentioned that lipstick. They act like that was the worst case scenario instead of thinking about what Melody said about Maurice could have really hurt somebody. They brushed all over that, all around it. They went, all the way over, all the way under, all the way around the real issue at hand, that Maurice actually could have hurt somebody. But they want to zero in on Melody talking about some doggone lipstick. Not one time did I see them put up some type of, if you need help or whatever, because clearly he has some type of issue. It just so happened that a tree stopped him this time. But because it was Melody that brought it up or that mentioned it, now all of a sudden everybody all up in arms. But like I say, they want to act like it was Melody to bring up the lipstick, knowing doggone well that that was not the first time that was mentioned or the first time that they heard it. Just like when Maurice got on social media, ear hustling information from social media, and he wound up holding his PSA about suing bloggers. That's the same way him and Kimmy was ear hustling on social media to know that other people had seen that doggone lipstick on Maurice. But they want to, keep that. They want to hurry up and hush that and quiet it down versus the fact of the seriousness of Maurice out there drinking and driving. So what they decided was to turn the tables on Melody and attack her, all to cover up Maurice's ignorance. He's a whole lawyer that already knows the law, which makes it even more devastating that he would actually drink and get behind the wheel. But because Kimmy don't want to be embarrassed, she wants to attack Melody. But my thing, the gag is, the more dirt that Kimmy continues to hide for Maurice, the dirtier Maurice gonna get out here and play in these Huntsville streets. Because as many times as Kimmy has got on there, defended him, deflected, and quieted every rumor down, Kimmy, he knows that Kimmy cares more about her image than the well-being of herself. And she is never going to, let me put it this way. She's going to try her hardest to put a stop to any and all of their business that she can put a stop to from coming out. But like I say, the more dirt that Maurice do, the more dirt that Kimmy's going to have to cover up, because Maurice don't care. And he knows that Kimmy's gonna always cover him or whatever and hide everything he does. But I guess that's the price that Kimmy has to pay for, waiting 7 years in a TV show just to get married. But that's my opinion. I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know what you think.